it's Thursday, and today might be our final episode of our Soul Silver Challenge, where every time our Pokemon level up, they evolve into something random, and then we get to make them. So far we have completely finished Gen 1. As you can see, Gen 1, 2, 3, and 4 are already looking kind of full. We have a mission. We have to get ourselves into fighting shape and beat the Elite Four, all right? However, we are changing the rules a little bit. So after, again, conversations with you guys in the comments, I've realized you're not going to mind overly much if I stop evolutions to build myself a team that I think can actually handle the Elite Four. However, the 6 that we have here still just not quite up to task. So Charisma, first of all, is a Dusclops and is still evolving into new things. We love that for us. Then we have Cabbage, who is currently Blaziken. So Cabbage is currently part of this evolutionary cycle, and so I actually really like the choice of Blaziken for them. But that level 43 is just a little bit on the low side, so we're going to maybe train Blaziken up a couple of levels. Then we have Crisis, who is currently level 44. Again, very underleveled and also a plant. So Crisis is going up to at least level 49 in order to reach Dodrio. I think Dodrio is a really good place for Crisis, and then we always have the option of ticking them over into Gliscor as well if we want to do that. So Chaos is also staying on the team, but he only needs to evolve twice to get him up to Politoed, and that's where he's going to sit for a little bit. It's a fully evolved form, and honestly, there's not that many good options in the cycle they're all stuck in. So Politoed and Blaziken are both coming from that same list. Kraken is Tyranitar, and Kraken is going to be staying as Tyranitar. We love that for Kraken. Level 51 is a fantastic level. Tyranitar's a great choice. Good. Then we have Shucky. Now Shucky is a level 37, and the first thing we're going to do today is we're going to go and find a replacement for Shucky on the team. We just don't need a third Pokemon stuck in the same evolutionary cycle. So with that said, we have a couple of options. And so the first one that we're just going to check out, just in case it's a disappointment, it's the easier of the two. We are going to just nip over to Mount Mortar, which is where I'm on the way to now. And I believe there is a gift Pokemon that we didn't claim in the basement of that particular mountain. All right, in we go. Hello, Glameow. And I should not be using Charisma for this because we don't want Charisma to level next. Who's in need of the most levels right now? Crisis has to go up at least 5 levels to get to a Dodrio. That's more like it. Oh, the other thing I should do though is check out the experience share, which I haven't been using. And also apparently don't have. And so yeah, I'm just going to be absorbing as much of this XP as I can get, even if it's not super nourishing. That's an egg. I will never not find it entertaining that the sea is full of eggs. Don't start that nonsense with me. Yay, good job, Crisis. Okay, so we can't get in there. So that is not the right way. Maybe it's back this way. All right, into the water. Okay, yes, to the up. In this door, and there's like a whole bunch of... Ooh, is that someone we've fought? Yee, a new trainer to fight. That'll help. We're also leveling while we do this, and so this is kind of important. We have a lot of levels to go before the team is ready for the Elite Four again. Oh, it's you! We met your buddy like episodes ago. Dang, Twister can still hit us even though we're flying. It's one of the few moves that can. At least it didn't knock us out of the sky or anything. Come on, that should just be watering the plant. Good. That should be a good chunk of XP for me. Yeah. Crisis, that should have you turning into something. All right, we are turning into Togetic. Wonder if we can get a shiny stone. No, I don't think we can do that until after the Elite Four. Okay, Togetic accomplished. Let's go back this way. Oh, you probably need healing, don't you? Okay, buddy. Do we have any healing items left? I didn't exactly stock up before I set out on this journey. I wasn't really expecting this particular side quest to be taxing. I suppose it is Mount Mortar, and it's not taxing, not really. We just got an unfortunate mash up there. We'll grab you. Ooh, max potion, lovely. We really do need all the items we can get because those last two Elite Four attempts kind of wiped us out financially. Okay, where am I? How did you miss? How are we both missing? Guys, tell you what, this guy's really going out of his way to not be interrupted in his training right now. But that's all right. I will not be deterred. Excellent, Crisis. Good job. All right, so I think this is Lunatone. Excellent. And look, there is an argument to be made here for me to leave Crisis as Lunatone because Tyranitar kicks up a sandstorm and Lunatone is immune to that. So, I don't know. That said, I'm appreciating Crisis's healthy cooperation with our plan to level them up quickly. Come on, buddy. Dang it. Okay. Hey, Clefable. Very low level Clefable, but Clefable. Not great for the leveling when they're that low level. Yeah, the leveling on this level is no good. We need to get back down to where the juicy XP is. Why do we keep missing with Cut? I thought Cut was meant to be like super accurate or something. I will apparently still insist on using it, but it's not super accurate. There, I'll use Strength instead. That'll be better. We'll yeet the little birdie. It's a yeety bird. Well, actually, that's a great name for Blaziken, Yeety Bird. Enough now. Ooh, Max Revive. I'm so close, I can see the ladder. I can almost taste the ladder. Why is there a flock of seagulls inside this cave? All right. There he is. Okay, the thing is, in the normal version of this game, he gives you a Tyrogue, which we haven't made yet and would have been great. But of course, this is a randomized run. So I'm really hoping that he gives us something we haven't made yet. Even if though I think it's only going to be a really low level Pokemon, if it's something we haven't made yet, I can still work with that. I am the Karate King. I train alone here in this cave, and he's gone through great efforts to avoid all the extroverts out there, and I can relate. But I found him. I tracked you down, mate. Give me something good. Oh, it's a battle. Oops. Wow, look how high you can get your leg. Hello, Hitmonlee. Fighting's weak to flying type. I have flying moves. I am not a flying type. I stated all that quite confidently. Oh good, it looks like I'm correct. Okay, that's some good XP. We like that. It's the punchy one. We're gonna fly again. Just get on out of there, Rock. And, oh, we missed. And then we got punched in the face. Rude. Hit. Come on. Okay, good. Alright, I don't know how quickly it's just gonna like reveal what it is we're being given. So like, mentally brace yourselves now for whichever direction this goes. Because we've just beaten Black Belt Kyo. We got our money. I'm crushed, but a loss is a loss. I admit it. As proof that you've defeated me, I'll give you a rare fighting type Pokemon. You ready? This is it. I don't know what it's going to be. You have no room in your party. I didn't just do that. I came all this way and... That is so frustrating. That is so frustrating. Okay. Hold, please. See, I want you to know what it is that I'm experiencing. Like, we just dug our way out. But the way back in has been 2 steps. Fight something. 2 steps. Fight something. Okay, that was a little bit better. We made like 10 steps. Okay, good job, Crisis. That might actually be Crisis done. Oh no, Crisis still has a couple to go. Metapod, right? Metapod. Because from here, it's Metapod, then Gulpin, and then we're at Dodrio, which is our goal for him. Come on, buddy. You're doing great. Okay, we're nearly back. And we are back. So, I'm ready. I hope you're ready. That was twice the journey. Okay, our rare fighting type Pokemon is... It still says Tyrogue. If it's Tyrogue, that's still good. Yes, we'll give it a nickname. I'm okay. You know what? Your name is gonna be Cookie. fine. That's about as well as that could have gone, frankly. I don't know what level it is. Cookie is level 10. Hello, Cookie. Right, well, that's one way to start today's episode, isn't it? I'm gonna go spend the next 11 years making a Palkia. This episode was going to come out in like a couple of weeks, but I'm guessing late October is when you're seeing this, based on this being our first Pokemon. Oh, great moveset. I'm actually really excited about this. Okay, we're going to stop here and we are going to make Palkia. So Palkia just really highlights why I need to draw the Pokemon to start with. It just keeps going. Doing so forces me to mentally break them down into shapes and catalogue all the tiny details that might otherwise be missed. In this case, I think I'm going to get away with one main base shape and then we're just going to like dress it up a little bit like a Christmas tree and hope for the best. For my yarn, I grabbed a pink, purple, berry and grey. Palkia is an unexpectedly pink Pokemon. And I'm going to start by working up the main base piece. With so many tiny details to add to it, it feels important to lock in our scale right at the very start. Now, the grey around the middle is supposed to look like the pink is layered on top of it, so to save myself from making them as separate layers, I used some post-stitching to build that illusion. This also works to keep the two colours nice and crisp and defined. I didn't get the angle of the head and neck quite right, but I figure I can probably make it work. Next, I wanted to lock in how I was going to add all of the stripe detailing. I have the option to just stitch them directly on, but that would rely on me embroidering a lot of straight lines. Thankfully, I do think that chains are scaled appropriately and they'll stand a better chance of staying consistent throughout. The next piece that's catching my attention is the shoulders, and you gotta love it when you have to do a shape breakdown of a shape breakdown. Anyway, I'm gonna break these down into a crochet base and then some embroidered details. The big pink gem and the main disc shape can all be crocheted, but then I'll stitch on the grey ring and the purple fluting. And once I had one, I just had to duplicate it. So far, so good. I thought I'd give him a hand next. Thankfully, Pico's should be small enough to make passable fingers, and then I only really have to worry about the arms. The arms for this Pokemon have some very particular ridge detailing running down the length of them, and I think my best bet is to build those ridges into the base shape. Bobby pins were quite helpful with this. It's not a perfect detail, but I do think it reads well enough in this specific context. Then, to keep the textures consistent throughout, I'm just going to stitch the purple armour onto the back of each hand. The legs are kind of giant mechanical hooves. I figure I can save myself the hassle of stitching it on later if I just start in purple and then work up the main shape in pink. The toenail I can just make as a separate piece and then I'll sew it all together. I do appreciate how sturdy the feet are for Palkia. It means that they should stand up pretty easily. Putting them in a seated position just doesn't feel like it would be dignified. I am procrastinating the remaining tricky stuff, so at this point I'm going to whip up more of the purple piping details. Okay, I can't really put off making the face anymore, but even at the relatively large scale I'm working at, it's so tiny. My best bet here is probably just to layer it up out of the most basic shapes I can break it down into. So that's a pink circle for a foundation, and that's going to show up through the open mouth. Then a small flap for the lower jaw, and some pointy croissants for each of the tusks. I'll make the top of the head striped in white and purple with the forehead spike built in, and then the final layer is going to be a white ridge for the mechanical mane to run over the top. The only pieces missing now are the big wings at the back. They have 3 distinct feathers in each, so I do feel like I need to make those separately. Then I should just be able to layer them up and wrap a blending piece around the base to give them structure and help attach them neatly. And I almost forgot the collar detailing there, which looks really complicated, but it's really only a line with 3 main corners to it. I think that's it. That's everything. That's all the pieces. So now I'll just sew it together. There's something about the really complex Pokemon that just feels really satisfying when they come together. I didn't really nail the angle of the head, but they just look so excited to be here, I'm not going to tell them. And you know what? This took me 2 days to make, so I'm going to leave it on screen for a little longer than usual. Alright, that's probably long enough. Boop. Alrighty, so there is our Palkia. And Palkia actually presents kind of a problem for us because on the one hand, I'd love to take a Palkia into the Elite Four, but in order to do that, we'd have to level them 40 30 to 40 times without letting them evolve into anything, and I'm worried that's going to limit our fun a little bit. But anyway, we're on to side quest number 2, which is I want to go pick up the experience share. Now, I've just moved Cookie into the lead position there, and walking through caves is fun now. Look at this thing. Oh, hi, baby. You're playfully digging in the ground. You can do whatever you like, sweetie. We are going to dig our way out of this cave. I don't see the point in continuing. So yeah, the experience share is just something that we missed. We're supposed to pick it up back at Route 30. So this is going to be just like a quick little fly. Keep forgetting who our flyer is. It's you. We'll fly back to Cherry Grove and then walk upwards. Oh, and while we're here, we can do our little swapsy. Because this is Shucky departing the team. Thank you, Shucky. Who has our, admittedly has our whirlpool. That's a pretty decent moveset, but it's too weak, not working for us. So Shucky is going to go to box 1, and we will pull Kraken back out because Kraken still belongs on the team. There we go. Okay, good. So let's go get the experience share, and then I'll work out what we want to do from there. I feel like walking around with level 40 Pokemon in level, what, 3 grass? Level 4 grass. They should just run away. But part of me appreciates their bravery, you know? Like, I get it. They want to... I get it. They're taking a swing. Crisis, did you really just get intimidated by a level 3 Staravia? We need to talk. There you are. Hello, collector of apricorns. Have you noticed that apricorn colours are different from tree to tree? Oh, that's not the house we're looking for. Okay, this is where we should be able to get it. Hello, sir. That red scale, what's that? A red Gyarados? That's rare. I want it. Thursday, would you care to trade it? I can offer this experience share. Yes, please. So that would have been too chaotic for us earlier in this run, which is why we never really sorted out, because we couldn't have all of them evolving simultaneously, because that's just not how pacing works. Whereas like right now we're trying to get all of them up a little bit, and I've got my notes that we're going to follow so no mistakes will happen, right? So we kind of want to distribute that experience around a little bit. All right, we'll give it to Chaos. Okay, so that's that done. Here's where it gets tricky. What do we do now? Because like all we really have left to do is training for the Elite Four. But my thought process is, you see this little doggo here? I reckon we could catch it. I don't know if we put it on the team, but I want it as an option. So we're just going to toddle over here and we're going to try and pursue and grab the tiger. Yeah, because I think it's the purple scorpion one, whose name I can never remember for some reason. Alright, so yeah, let's go try and catch ourselves a doggo. Oh, he got away fast, didn't he? This might take us a couple of attempts, so bear with me. We're going to go hunt in a different area. Route 37. I think that's where we caught the original one as well. Okay, he's just out there anyway. Hopefully he'll be moving closer, not further away. Oh, now he's up at the Lake of Rage. Okay. Oh yes, I am beginning to question if this side quest is worth it. Aha! Ha 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 ha! Okay, it's right there. Just need to hop down into the grass. He should be right there in that grass. Yes. Okay, good. Good. Alright, he should be in this grass. Oh, buddy! Hey! There's our boy, Drapion! Hello, Drapion. You're a funny looking thing, and you're coming with me. I have a Master Ball that I'm not going to use for any other purpose. I have a Master Ball that I'm not going to use for any other purpose. Come with me! Okay, so that's Drapion. It attacks people and Pokemon that cross the desert. This has only furthered its bad reputation. Yeah, okay. It's the Ogre Scorp Pokemon. Yes, I have the perfect nickname for Drapion. His name will be Curtains. Because he's Drapion, so he's Curtains. And I think Curtains is going to replace Cabbage. So that is the third side quest accomplished. So now all we have to do is return to Victory Road and train up the rest of these Pokemon. Oh no, wait, that's not what we have to do. We have to stop and make Drapion. Hold on 1 second, please. You cranky scorpion. You're coming with me. So, everybody thank Cabbage. We loved having Cabbage along for the ride, but it's gotten to the point where it's a little bit of a gimmick and we need to build a better team. But, Blaziken, we will put you in with the others so that you're not lonely. There we go. You're in really good company there. Look at the good Pokemon in this box. You and Shucky can hang out. There. Buddies! Oh, look at him. I want him to walk around outside. Oh. Hold, please. Okay, here we go. Look at our giant scorpion friend. Curtain faced this way and nodded. Excellent. So we're going to stop here and we're going to make Curtains the Drapion. I can't quite get his colour match to be perfect, so I'm settling for matching his vibe. He looks like a bunch of sassy grapes and I am going to treat him that way. Look, Drapion has been foreshadowed as a team member ever since we encountered him right back at the start of the run, so I'll have no excuses if he doesn't turn out right. I've always had a bit of beef with this dude and the fact that his arms come out of his ears, and I'm gonna try and make it work, but I just want it on the record that I think it's gonna look stupid. So I've been doing this thing recently where I cut the head off of whatever I'm making and then I just sew it back on as a hat, and that seems like a good approach for today, and it should give me the chance to build his teeth directly into his mouth as well. Then it's just a matter of building up layers of bobbles in different sizes. I am using post-stitching again here to keep things defined. So we've got some small bobbles for the neck and then some bigger bobbles to form the torso. And I am going to chuck a weight in there. He has a weird centre of gravity otherwise, and I'm trying to counteract the head arms so he can stand on his own. Half a dozen more pointy bobbles are then going to form our tail. What a very long boy he is. And I figure I can just sew these bobbles into a curve shape during the assembly at the end. I think I'm going to whip up his very polite little leggies next. I bet he would paint those toenails fun colours given half the chance, and that honestly makes me like him a little bit more. And with the head on, he's kind of giving me an Oscar the Grouch vibe, and I'm into it. He does need a couple of tongues though. We'll add that to the questionable design choices that somehow work for him bucket. The arms are basically going to be the same as the tail, with one slightly bigger piece for the ears. This is where they should go. For some reason they have to be attached up here though, so And I've already worked out the patterns for the tail, pincers and circles, so I just need to make more of them for the arms now. Now I don't have a lot of room to play with for the eyes, so I'm going to just stick with a really simple split coloured magic ring, which means that I can just build the eyelids straight into them. Rawr. Wow. Okay, now I just got to assemble this. Okay, so I'm morphing the body from Longboy into a more recognisable Drapion by curving them upright and then sewing the bobbles to one another where they touch. And I think that's going to work just fine. Now all I have to do is attach everything else where it goes, and all those stripes make for really easy reference points to get stuff in the right position. Ta-da! Hey! Your buddies, there you go. Everything the light touches. We are back, and now the only thing we really have left to do is level up our Pokemon enough to fight the Elite Four. Let's take Curtains for a spin. Come on, buddy. We're going into Victory Road, and we're just going to see what shakes loose. Do I have Rock Smash still? Okay, Curtains, get him. That's not going to be a very good XP though. We need to find bigger XP than that. Maybe you will do. What do you reckon, Curtains? You like bacon? That what I might do is take the experience share from Chaos and give it to Cookie, because I don't want Cookie to evolve, but I do want Cookie to level up like a whole lot. Like a whole lot. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on that one. Oh, no, 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 no. Bad Cookie. And I'm thinking I'm gonna try an old trick that if you've played Pokemon a lot, you probably know this trick. Basically, it hinges on the fact that it costs nothing to fight the Elite Four, but the Elite Four is pretty reliable XP. but I also don't think it makes for particularly stimulating viewing. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to farm like the first member of the Elite Four and then let the second like knock me out and just like get my levels that way, which might mean that we're skipping ahead a little bit. So expect a few time jumps in this area because I don't want you guys to see me fight the same battle over and over again. I don't think that's particularly fun. I think that's what we're going to go do now. So I'm just going to heal my team up and take them into the Elite Four with the expectation that I will fight and we will lose, but we will gain a lot of XP along the way. Sleep is still my least favorite mechanic, but I am not going to use any items. That's not the point of this. There we go. Hey, that should get us the level. Yay! So now what we have to do is, survive. That's fine, we should be able to survive. Slowbro, you consider yourself discharged. Good job, Crisis. I am genuinely like, okay, as soon as we beat this Xatu, Drapion's going to evolve. But part of me is wondering if like that's the right move here. Like obviously I have to let someone evolve, but Drapion's already a pretty good Pokemon and there's plenty of room for that to go down. That said, he's only level 41, so there's also plenty of room for it to evolve again if we need him to. So, oh, there we go, that took care of that. Cookie has gone up a good number of levels as well. Cookie is now level 19, well on the way to 20. Here we go. This is our first native evolution for the episode. We've had 2 purple ones so far, so let's hope for another purple, I guess. All right, come on, curtains. No, curtains, no. Some bad curtains. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. That was a terrible idea. That could not have gone worse. Actually, that's not true. It could have gone worse. Okay, so we've already made Caterpie. His name is Caterpickle, and he's kind of a legend around here. But he's also not part of any loops or existing lines that we know about, so he has not eliminated himself from the team. So that's good. We will just evolve him again and get something else. That said, I actually think that let's close that off. Nope, you stop, Cookie, you bad Cookie, you stop. Part of me wants to like partially let it evolve so we can see what it's going to turn into, but we're not doing that. That's cheating. If I'd done that, Drapion would still be Drapion. Okay, so there goes that plan, but I think stop talking for a second. There's just a Caterpickle behind us. Hello, curtains. We want Charisma to evolve next. Charisma should be pretty close to evolving. 2000 XP away, that's not too bad. And in the meantime, we are gonna take the experience share from Cookie and give it to Curtains because I cannot send a Caterpickle out into battle. The little bug is just offering them a snack. It's too mean. And yeah, the team looks a little beat up, but that's part of the tactic here is that I'm playing very low defense. I'm not healing and I'm not playing any kind of strategy. I'm very much like I'm hitting them and letting them hit me and I'm distributing that damage around to knock me out so that I don't have to get very far in the Elite Four. Because the worst thing that could happen to me right now is to accidentally beat the Elite Four. We still need 4 more Pokemon. Okay, so Curtains is officially going to be leveling up at the end of this battle now. We've just hit level 42. Here we go, you ready? Curtains, please. Please, Curtains. Curtains, please. Oh, Curtains. This is why we need to start a new run. A run focusing on just Gen 5. I'll talk about this more at the end of the video, alright? But that's it for Curtains, right? We never should have evolved him. Because now he is, don't get me wrong, the loop's not closed, but he's on the exact same line as, yeah, it's Charisma. He's only 2 back. So from here I'd go to Luxio, then to Dusclops, and we already have a Dusclops on the team. Okay, here we go. This should knock us the rest of the, oh, hang on, Cookie lived. I thought this run was over. Yeah, this is the final Pokemon of the second of the Elite Four. Haven't used a single item and have accidentally nearly beaten him. So I know that the team is definitely improving. Okay, so some time has passed, but Charisma, as you can see there, has just gone up a level, which means that they're going to evolve, which is going to give us something to make. Here we go. Everybody, I'm going to need you to cross your fingers because like I am quickly running out of hope here. That's Lucario. Who I'm pretty sure we've made. Yep, there he is. Okay, cool. Yeah, we've made Lucario before. Oh well. No, you're not going anywhere, Kraken. You are staying as you are. Thank you. Yep, blah 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 blah. Blah. Okay, well, Cookie is the only one who can potentially evolve into something new. Like, do we let Cookie evolve? Because I like having a Palkia, but we're not making progress, and we're making it not very quickly. Right, what I'm going to do is, looking at our team here, is I'm going to finish getting Crisis and Chaos up their levels to get them ready to do the Elite Four run, and while I'll do that, I'll work out what I want to do with our team. And just like that, we have achieved the leveling goals we needed. So Crisis is now Dodrio, and Chaos is back to being Politoed, and so those are nice, strong positions. Even Charisma as Lucario is a pretty strong position. So Curtains and Cookie are kind of the problem on the team, which is funny because they were going to save the day. Maybe I bring Cabbage back out onto the team. 50 minutes of I have 50 minutes of memory left on this camera. That's how long this is taking. And this has never happened before. We've never run out of physical memory. With only 2 evolutions too. We might actually not get to 6 this episode. Let me out. Let me in. All right, here's the plan. We are going to make a run at the Elite Four. When Palkia evolves next, we're going to let it happen. Because like, I'm done dragging my heels here. Let's just get moving. Here we go. We're gonna go Battle Will for realsies this time. Now, what you guys don't know is that this is like the 7th time I've faced this guy in the last 2 hours. So he's sick of me, but hopefully I've insulated you guys from most of that. So this is like new and fresh and exciting and pacing, all that kind of jazz. So let's just see what we can do. I've learned a great many things. Number 1 being that if it looks like a bird, it's probably flying, even if it's got feet on the ground. Lucario goes Mankey, then Solrock, then Sandslash, then Raikou. I will not be letting Lucario evolve, I don't think. We're going to just keep everything stable, and we're just going to make it through the other side of this. Jinx, you keep that nonsense to yourself, please. Of course the full restores come out. That's fine. Doesn't even bother me. Not even impacted. There we go. That's 2. And let's get Cabbage out, because Cabbage is a little squishy still. Wait. No, I did that on purpose. Freaked myself out for a second. I was like, wait, why is Cabbage here? When did Cabbage get back on the team? Cabbage? There. What on earth are you doing? Okay, well, bye, Cabbage. Crisis. Our 3-headed birdie friend. Destroy the plant for us. Destroy it better than that. Okay, we've got to pass there, but we've got to make good advantage of it. Okay, good. We're going to swap to any of the ones that have lightning, which would be Kraken or Charisma. 2 of them have discharge. And that right there is a water type. Okay, good job, Cookie. You just keep leveling up. Hey, final Pokemon. Dang it, that's so close. It needs a citrus berry, and this should work. This should just take that bird the rest of the way out. And we're done with the first one anyway. You know what? I'm going to regret it, but we're going to do it. We're going to let this dragon evolve so that we have something to make. I mean, realistically, it wasn't going to get to a usable level by the final boss anyway, so we may as well use it for a make break. Make break time. Go ahead, Cookie. Turn into whatever you like. Okay. Okay. I'll take it. That's great. That's what, Cresselia? Yeah, Cresselia. Good. All right, our gamble paid off. We've maintained a legendary on the team. It's not the same type of legendary. Yep, thank you, Will. Sorry, I know I've been beating you up a lot recently. Cookie, what you doing, my love? A lot of loopy whirly bits, which is a little bit nerve-wracking, honestly. But Levitate. You like Levitate. Not that we're really going to use you as a Battlemon, but okay. Okay, look, and there she is. Cookie nodded slowly. Excellent. So we're going to stop here and we're going to make Cresselia. I am not overly familiar with this particular Pokemon. If I had to describe Cresselia, I would go with a scarf-wearing pastel banana moonduck. We're going to have to come up with solutions for making those scarves gravity defying and possibly transparent, as well as working at a scale large enough to accommodate all of her tiny points. And once again, I seem to be pulling out a lot of pinks. We're having a very pinky, purpley sort of day today. Okay, so I'm going to start by working up the main rubber ducky in yellow. I'm just going to go as simple as possible with this shape and then just create the complications separately. I'm even going to cheat and just sew the tail closed rather than refining the shape further. It'll be fine. Next, what I made was something I thought was going to be the beak. I actually swapped this later and it becomes part of the banana hat, and I just sort of never acknowledge it. This is a lady who likes her accessories, so next we'll make her giant head gem and a matching pair of fancy elbow-length gloves. And she's looking a little chilly, so I'm going to make her cape next. It just has to cover the top half of her body and have 2 points at the top that I can use to help form the face later. To make the scarves, I'm going to be working over a long tail that I can pull tight to add the rigidity they're going to need in order to stand upright. Ideally, this will be worked in a single row, so I'll use stitches of different heights to create the actual shape. And look, yarn isn't transparent, but I can simulate a little bit of the main scarf's fade out just by using different colours. It does mean that I had to work a second row for it, but it worked out okay in this instance. Finally, the banana peel hat. With 3 distinct points, it has no obvious single starting point, so I made the tri-cornered topper in 3 separate pieces. I'm already sewing on everything else, this is just the easiest solution. And now, we sew.
She has a stupid hat, but I'm building it.
Banana hat.
Do 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 do.
I do think she's a pretty good representation of what she is. I'm pretty happy with how the scarves turn out, but she does feel a little bit lifeless compared to some of the others. I don't know what it is. I have to say though, these 3 together are definitely giving drunken karaoke, and it's very fun. All right, so Crecilia's made. We are going to carry on, and I believe it's the ninja next, Koga, with all of like the flying and evasion and poison and whatnot. So I'm leading with Crisis, and we'll just see if I regret that. Well, let's just try and like get through this one real fast as well, because like I've had a bit of practice with this one here, but I've been letting him kill me, so Koga's going to be super confident, where poor Will, I just sort of beat up and then leave. Hi Koga, I like your speeder, but birds eat speeders. Of course I don't have any flying moves. But Crisis wants to help, and so Crisis gets to help. Good job, Crisis. Cool, we're going to swap Pokemon, because even though Forretress looks like a clam, Forretress is a sneaky bug. Rock bug, I believe. So we need to treat it as though it's a rock bug, and Chaos is the one to treat it like it's a rock bug. We have a frog. We know how to treat your kind here. Or apparently we don't. We know how to treat your kind here. Or we really don't. My goodness, I swear I was like flattening this guy. What was I doing differently? I'm not using a hyper beam on him. We'll make the earth shake again. Because now that there's poison spikes down, I don't want to swap. Which is just really, really annoying. It's very early in this battle for us to be stuck with just one Pokemon. Yeah, go on, keep putting him down. Nasty little clam. We've recently made Forretress on stream. We named him Camouflage because he looks like a clam. And I think that's really funny. Oh. No, don't use full restore on the annoying one. We're gonna hyper beam him. Who knows, maybe it'll be great. Yeah, really not worth it. Hit the protect again? There we go. Little by little. You know what, I might just deal with the poison and swap Pokemon for the next one. Okay, he shouldn't be allowed to use protect twice in a row. There we go. Okay. Muck. We can handle Muck. You just keep on battling Chaos. Really thought it would do more than that. It's got Black Sludge too, which heals him a little bit every time. Ooh. Yep, I'm toxic. I'm slipping under. You're going to heal a little bit, but then I'm going to take you out with a waterfall, so it's fine. In fact, I might take you out with a surf. Our trusty, old, reliable surf. Bye, Muck. Leveled up again. Good, good, good. Crobat. We're going to keep battling. I didn't expect Chaos to take on all of them, but I don't really want to poison any of the others if I can avoid it. If Chaos can handle one hit, I'll give him a full restore. Ah! They're everywhere! They're everywhere! Oh, I wanted that to do more than it did. Is it time for the full restore? There you are, Chaos. Yeah, we'll use Waterfall again. I mean, I'm assuming Wing Attack isn't terribly painful against the frog. Whereas there's a good chance that we might be able to make Crobat flinch. Okay. No, don't miss! Okay, this should take out Crobat, but then there's one left, and I don't remember who it is. Who's left? Venomoth. Whoever I swap to is going to get poisoned, but I don't think that's a huge deal. And I know that Venomoth uses Psychic as well, so I don't really want to send the birds in, but I've got 2 birds. You know what, Kraken, you come on out and you do this, because you can handle a little bit of poison. You've got a really high health base to work from. There we are, we're poisoned. Oh no. And you can handle a bug. You can handle this moth. Pretty as this moth is, you can handle the moth. Good, good. And a little bit of sandstorm. You can tell that these are going a lot better than we were last time. Oh, I suppose he does get 1 full restore, and I did technically already use 1 myself. That's fine. We'll claw him some more. More claw. I'm poisoned. Ouch. Claw it. Oh, you gotta gust him? Wait, is that effective? No. It's really not. That gust has killed me before in previous iterations of this though. That's mostly because I let it. Hey! Sorry, Koga, I did lull you into a false sense of security with all of my training runs there. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good. Oh, you know what? We're gonna let her evolve again. Let's do this. Come on, Cookie. What do you got for us? Something else purple, maybe? Oh, baby! Come on. You can do it, buddy. There he is, little Starly! So much easier than Staravia, my goodness. And not a purple Pokemon. Monochrome. Well, almost monochrome. Trichrome? 3 colours. Black, white, orange. Awesome. Come on, Cookie, let's have a little look at you, sweetheart. Oh, look at the tiny bird. Keen Eye prevents Pokemon from losing accuracy, as if it matters at this point. Okay, and we're going to pause here and we're going to make Starly. We've already made Staravia, and I'm quite proud of it, in fact. So now we just need to make a smaller budget version of her. Starly does still have a lot of quiet details going on though, so I'm seeing a lot of layers and sewing with this one too. The colours I'm just going to match to my original choices, even if I do wish that I had a pale grey with more of a lavender undertone for times like these. Now, birds are made of nuggets, so I'm going to start by working up a grey base nugget. I'm using grey for this because I can see straightforward ways to add all of the other colours as specific details, and this just seems to be the background of all of them. The next largest piece here is the wings. I'm going to lean on the same techniques I used for Staravia here, and then use trebles in charcoal to give the illusion of flight feathers. This should help keep the evolution line looking consistent. She also needs a zigzag detail on her wings, which I'm making as a separate piece using picots. I'll be able to use this method for the collar too, and in the meantime, by making it separately, I can use it to blend the harsh edge between the 2 shades of the wing. I'm going to use a magic ring to make the white spot for the chest. Much simpler than the giant M-shaped monstrosity of her evolved form. I actually think the trickiest detail here is the 3-leaf clover face marking. Again, it's not as complex as Staravia's star, but it's still up there. I'm going to use the same technique of creating a basic white panel as the base layer, complete with our first set of safety eyes for the day, and then use pointy stitch tricks to make a layer over the top, creating the shape we need in the negative space. That leaves us with just a bunch of tiny pieces to make, like a hood for the back of the head, the neck ruffle, a tiny 3-piece tail, and finally a little cowlick. For the feet, I'm going to rely on my trusty magic ring and treble combination. Then the beak needs to be as small as I can work a tube, and I'm going to incorporate the colour change in it. It's really too small to add any details afterwards. And it's time for everybody's favourite, the sewing montage. Please enjoy the schlooping. I think we're done with number 4. She is deceptively complicated. I'll just tuck you in there. Okay, with Starly done, we are going to continue on. We are down to half an hour of memory room. I don't remember who's next. Is this fighting? Looks fighting. I'm gonna send the chicken in first anyway. And Bruno of the Elite Four, I always train to the extreme. And you with thunder power, ultimate power. Hi Bruno. We got plenty of birds on the team now, but none of them really have bird moves. We've got this. I'm feeling good about this. The only one I'm still worried about is the champion. Let's see what we got here. Let's do a little feint attack. Or not. Cabbage might have been the wrong move here. That ice beam is probably going to exclusively be for the champion, but it's also not bad for taking out little upstarts like Hitmontop. Swap Pokemon as soon as we're through this first one. Oh, he's digging. He's digging. If Swift never misses, does it hit them underground? Logical fallacy. Hey, with the quick attack? Bull honky. Alright, well, bye Cabbage. Thank you, Cabbage. Let's send out Crisis to squish him a little bit more. The car. Okay, you used quick attack on me, but then I flew up in the air. And guess what fighters hate? Flyers! Good. Cookie already has their next level. Oh, Cookie, you absolutely can learn Aerial Ace. That's great. I'm thinking we get rid of Ancient Power. You can tell me in the comments how that was a terrible idea. I don't mind. No, we're going to keep on battling. We're going to fly our way through as much of this particular Elite Four person as possible. And folks, you may notice that this Elite Four trip is going a lot easier than we did last episode. This is the difference that having decent Pokemon in the slots makes. Even if they're not the perfect Pokemon with the perfect movesets, even just having ones that are properly evolved makes this much of a difference. Bye, Hitmonchan. Who else you got? Onyx? Rocks. Cryosis doesn't have the water moves. Chaos has the water moves. Come on, Chaos! Rawr. Chaos might need some elixirs or something after this. Ethers? Very good, sir. What else you got? Machamp? We're going back to the birds. Fly away. Oh, this is still nonsense that Cross Chop can hit you in the sky. I mean, how high is this guy jumping? I forgot that he did that. That's probably on me. Charisma. Uh-oh. Stop. Please stop, 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 stop. Machamp, this is just rude at this point. Drop a waterfall on his head, see how he likes it. I know Bruno trains under a waterfall, but I bet Machamp doesn't. Machamp might train under a waterfall. Stop. Thank you for stopping. Earthquake. Shake the ground beneath his flippers. Ah! What am I supposed to do? Kraken? This was all going really well right up until it wasn't. Okay. Knocked Machamp out. Who else is left? The sandstorm's now raging, so I can't really swap Pokemon again. Hitmonlee. Oh. We're gonna keep battling, but honestly, Dodrio was the one to take care of Hitmonlee because it just flew up, knocked him out. Okay, no, high jump kick would have hurt Bird in the sky. Please stop. Please stop. 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 Uh-oh. Cookie? We can only really deploy Cookie once. Briefly. Cookie, I'm really sorry, sweetie. But we're gonna just use you real quick. We're gonna hit Crisis with a max revive, knowing that Cookie's probably gonna get taken out. Yeah, there it goes. Bye. I'm sorry, Cookie. Thank you, Cookie. Crisis, I really just need you to stick the landing here. One fly is all that we really need. Okay. Okay, awesome. This one fly should get the job done. Okay, we're buffered by a little sandstorm, that's fine. We took out Hitmonchan with just one fly. Yes! Awesome. Thanks, Bruno. Sorry, Bruno. Okay. You all ready for another cookie evolution? You all want a cookie? Alright. Come on, Cookie. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. That's what, Garchomp? Yeah. Okay, cool. So we've met Gibble. Not Gibble. We've met Gabite very recently, but we haven't met Garchomp yet. So that's kind of cool. That's a nice tanky Pokemon as well. Cookie's really been doing her best for us, and I appreciate that. I'm going to count that as another purple Pokemon. Dragon and Ground, Sandvale. Boost the Pokemon's evasion in Sandstorm. Cookie evolved like this because of the Sandstorm. That's cool. Okay, there is our Garchomp walking around behind us. Hi, Cookie. You want to nod for us? Sweetie pie. Cookie is doing their best. Cookie is too low of a level. Cookie is doing their best. Great little tag along for this part of the challenge. It's a very big mood elevator. Don't know who we're versing next, but we are just going to pause here and we're going to make us a little cookie. We've already made Gabite, but we need to make their older sister now. And I'm going to go with a darker blue today, but the same orange and the same yellow. Now, as you can see, Gabite is a little sweetie pie. Hello! But I am going to attempt to make Garchomp a little closer to the actual Pokemon. So I'm aiming for sleeker, angrier, and darker. I'm going to start at the top of the head. By this point, I think I've proven that I'm not afraid to sew as many pieces together as I need to, so I'm not going to let the specificity of the head shape psych me out. I'll just adjust it later to make it more accurate. She did not come out the expected size. She's a little shrimpy. I do still have to sew her tail and fin closed though, so I'll just do that now. Next, I'm going to make a small orange triangle and layer a little pink piece inside to form the bottom jaw. Then I can just stitch some white teeth on. The next piece I'm going to make is the fancy apron, which needs to be orange and yellow. The combined effect should be a solid orange stripe from the jaw all the way down to the belly. She's accidentally pretty tiny, but she still deserves as many of the tiny details as we can fit in there. Next, I'm going to make a vaguely triangular augmentation for the top of the head. It's a little flimsy, but stitching on the eyes and the nose detail should add back a little bit of the rigidity. And I think it looks pretty good.
Yum, yum, yum.
2 tiny 5-stitch tubes should be big enough for the torpedoes. Thankfully, these ones don't have a stripe like Gabites do. For the legs, I'm going to build in the toenails, and the goal is that she's going to be able to stand on her own. I did forget to add her thigh spikes though, so I'm going to just use some French knots to add them on now. And she is stable! The arms I was able to make all in one piece from the shoulder down. Just like with the legs, I forgot to add the spike detail, so I will also just stitch them on now. I'm going to attach them under the points of the chest piece that I left free so that it looks like the orange is continuing into the armpit. And let's just sew all those limbs on. Like so! Finally, we just need 2 pointy little nubs for the tail fins. Just like that.
Good enough, yeah? They're very different vibes though. They love one another, it's okay.
Alrighty, we're back. I don't know who we're versing next, so we might lead. No, we're going to lead with Charisma. Charisma's the right move here. Leading with Charisma, because if I remember one thing about this battle, it's Dark Pulse becomes super relevant. But first I got to remember how to take out an Umbreon. That seems like a promising start. This should do it. This should get the job done here. Frustrating little animal that you are. Oh, don't use a full restore. I can already feel the full restore on its way. There it is. Don't be confused. Good job, Charisma. That said, I don't think this Pokemon's getting this job done. Crisis, we're gonna send you out and just see how you can do. You're a 3-headed bird. One of you keep your eye on it. Okay, we're missing now. It's never a good sign when we start missing. And now we're all confused, apparently. Are all 3 of you confused? Yeah, okay. Good. Alright, that should get that job done. Thank you, Crisis. Hey. Cookie's got another evolution locked and loaded for us as long as we survive. So does Crisis, but we're not going to let him. Charisma, you're up. You're going to fight. You're going to Dark Pulse. That's too much focus. Oh, that's a lot of eye contact, Gengar. I'm gonna need you to chill out just a little bit. Please stop, please stop. Oh my goodness! Charisma! At least we returned the favor. Bag. That's for you. I'm just hoping that they don't immediately use a full restore on Gengar, because they just used one on Umbreon. Now she's licking me. Gross. We're gone Dark Pulse again. Oh no! Wait, I'm not at full health. I'm just low enough that should do it. Oh. Come on, Cabbage. What's with this Focus Blast? I swear they didn't have this last time we were fighting them. Okay, it's not as bad against Cabbage as it was against Charisma. Okay, Gengar, gone. Murkrow, alright, well Cabbage, you're gonna try. You're just gonna keep on battling and you're gonna try. Don't you pluck me. What? Okay. Chaos, I guess you're up. You can't pluck a frog. There's nothing to pluck. Dang Skippy. It's the final waterfall. It's the last one that we have. We've used the rest. But it should take out this little annoyance. Very good. Very good. Vileplume. I think we still have Earthquakes on Chaos. Vileplume's going to just dump a whole bunch of status effects on us and probably try and put us to sleep. We should get the chance to do at least 2 Earthquakes, which should get the job done. Or not. Oh, I forgot about Petal Dance. Against my poor little frog, that's going to be real effective. There he goes. Okay, we're going to do Crisis, and you're going to fly on out of there and just descend like death from above. Oh good, yes, be confused. Nasty little plant. Good, excellent. Houndoom. This is the one that's a problem. You have to keep battling Crisis, but this thing is going to Dark Pulse everybody to oblivion. Fly on out of there, see what you can do. Because like the Dark Pulse this thing has, which is one-shots everybody on my team. Oh hey, well, that ain't half bad. I can just get myself back up into the air. Flamethrower. Maybe we're flame grilled. Maybe we're fine. Stop. Dang. Okay, Kraken. Do we Shadow Claw or do we Dragon Pulse? We'll Dragon Pulse. Dragon always feels good. We should be relatively flame resistant. Thank you. Good. Rawr. Woo! Okay, now all we need is just a chance to heal before the champion. Woo! Good job, Kraken. You earned that level. Woo! Money. We're going to put this one off. We're not going to let this one happen because we're beating the Elite Four today. Nope. Sorry, Cookie. You just need to stay like that for a little while longer. And you, don't you dare, Crisis. You are a 3-headed bird. Could have turned into Gliscor. Would have been fine as Gliscor. Oh, you stop too. My goodness. My whole team is rebelling. Everybody just stay put. Okay. Yep. Blah, 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 blah. Let me heal. Please let me heal. Okay, good. It's gonna let me heal. Fantastic. Now, I know the champion is like all dragon all the time. I don't really know how we're going to fare against that, but we're going to do our best. We're going to have a really red hot go. We're going to go in there fully healed, ready for action. It's been what, 2 years leading up to this moment? So that's pretty cool. So we should all just like take a second and like all the frustrations and disappointments and excitement aside, like let's just all just take a second to appreciate the fact that we got here. Whew. Okay, here we go. I've been waiting for you. Thirsty. I knew that you, with your skills, would eventually reach me here. For the second time, there's no need for words now. We will battle to determine who is the stronger of the two of us. As the most powerful trainer and as the Pokemon League champion, I, Lance the Dragon Master, accept your challenge. To be fair, you're kind of bullying me into it, but yeah, I think we're in better shape than we were last time we were here. Even if you do have like 6 extremely overpowered dragons on your team, I don't really think I stand that much of a chance. So we're just gonna do our best. We're starting with a Gyarados. Does he levitate? I can't use Waterfall or Surf on him. Let's Hyper Beam him. To the face. Oh, you've got Waterfall. Fantastic. I'm a frog. I shouldn't care. Good. Apparently I missed though. Let's try again. Hey man, I like it. Feels good. Do that as much as you like. We've had 3 attempts to hit him so far, and this is our first time actually hitting him. Please do something. Okay. Well, I mean, we scared him away. Ooh, what's Aerodactyl do? But he eats frogs. Waterfall. Hey, you missed. I dropped a waterfall on your head, you rocky. Annoyance. Waterfall again. I'm having pretty good luck with the whole hitting and missing thing right now. Hopefully that lasts. Yeah. Okay, that's one for me. Okay, and now we've got our first Dragonite. Let's switch Pokemon and find someone with either Ice, Fairy, Rock, or Dragon moves. Okay, Cabbage has Ice Beam. Cookie has Power Gem and Dragon Breath. Kraken has Dragon Pulse. Crisis has nothing. Alright, we're gonna swap to Cabbage and just see if Cabbage can hang. So do you think Ice Beam might be a big thing for us here? This guy's gonna do like Outrage and like really hurt the first 3 Pokemon he encounters, but I'm hoping to get one hit first. Or a couple of hits. Maybe take one of them out, because I know he's got a couple on his team. Okay. Okay! Yep, cool, full restore, and then I'm just gonna Ice Beam him again. Oh. Oh. Take that, you pumpkin! You butternut squash! Butternut squashed you. Cookie wants to learn Slash. Cookie keeps trying to learn Slash. No, we're gonna keep all moves. Cookie, sorry, Cookie. Gyarados' water moves are bad news for Cabbage, so we're gonna swap. And we're gonna send Chaos back out, because we know that that really annoys the giant worm. Hello. Remember me? I remember you. Splish, splash, do, 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 do. Okay, it does hurt. And I flinch. But I still should get to hit you. I think you're being very rude. Stop. Thank you. Thank you. Please give me a turn. Alright, that's gonna sadly take out the frog, I think. Thank you, Chaos. I probably should have healed you, and that is my bad. Alright, who am I gonna send out in his stead with a discharge? Because, like, Gyarados is still water type, right? Watery enough? Yep, enjoy your level 50, buddy. Charizard. Oh, I really need my frog. I'm gonna swap to Crisis. And I'm gonna try and get Chaos back off the ground with my last Max Revive. And then Crisis will battle as hard as Crisis can. And should Crisis fall, Chaos is gonna be just gonna slide on out there. Like this. Thank you, Crisis. I appreciate you. Come on, Chaos. Do it to him. Put that nasty lizard's tail out. Just please survive that one hit. Please, 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 please. Thank you. No, don't flinch. No flinching. No flinching. Stop, stop. Thank you. Yeah, waterfall. That should honestly get the job done. I don't like item scumming, but it's a legitimate tactic, and I am not afraid to use it. Do it to her. Do it to her. Hey, Chaos. Who's even left on his lineup? So who's even left in his lineup? There we go. That's a better sentence. That's good sentence. Me make English good. Guys, it's 10:30 at night. This has been a really long session. I even streamed this morning. Thank you, Chaos. You earned that level, buddy. Hyper Voice? What's Hyper Voice? It's the Mega Croak! Okay, who's left? Dragonite. Yes, we're gonna swap. Who's my dude with the Ice Beam? Is it Cabbage? Yeah, it's Cabbage. Come on, Cabbage. Do it to him. Now, this might be the Outrage Dragonite, which is the same thing as before. It might knock out a bunch of my guys, but eventually he has to stop. I'm just really hopeful that I get at least one Ice Beam deployed before we have a problem. Oh no, he's Dragon Rushing. Please stop, please stop, please stop. I need an Ice Beam. Should have trained Cabbage up more. I knew it was here on my to-do list to level him up a little bit, and then I didn't. Well, I think it was that plan. Charisma? What do you got? You know what? You have Charisma. You have the chance to be a hero. And we thank you for your service. That's fine. I don't mind that. That's probably just going to take you straight out, right? No, you're not as weak. weak to it. That's good to know. How do you feel like being zapped? You don't like it. You don't like it at all. Stop. Thank you. Oh, and I flinched. Twice for flinching. Ah. I'm just gonna try and zap the lizard. Okay, now you're paralyzed. Uno reverse. I spoke too soon. And you used Uno reverse. That's fair. That's fair. I probably taunted you too much, but now we can just try and zap one another. We're both rubbing our feet on the carpet. Just going zap, zap, zap. No, champion Lance, you're a butt. I worked really hard for that. There he goes. Thank you, Charisma. Cabbage, I'm hoping again you can get an ice beam out before anything happens. Hey, good job, Cabbage. I really didn't think I stood much of a chance of that. Woo! Okay, so there should just be one Pokemon left. Good job, Cookie. You keep leveling up. That's your only job here, mate. We're doing this with a team of 5 as well, I just want to point out, because Cookie is just not. There's another Dragonite? Dude. Is this the Outrage Dragonite, or am I just imagining things? There it is. There's the Outrage. But nothing survives the face in the face of the Outrage. It just nothing does. I'll send out Chaos with the sole intention being to revive Cabbage. It's not yet time for Kraken. Right, how does Outrage work? There's only a limited number of uses, right? Cookie, I don't really want to do this to you, but I think I'm going to do this to you. Oh, bye, Cookie. Sorry, Cookie. Thank you, Cookie. Okay, so that should be 3 turns in a row, so I should be okay to swap Cabbage in now, because I'm pretty sure it only operates over 2 turns. Cabbage. This is a really risky move. Hurt yourself. No! Okay, that just takes out Cabbage again, that's fine. Charisma, out the front. You're confused, but you're still scarily accurate, friend. Oh, hey, Charisma survived one. Go Charisma. You know what? For that, you get a health potion. Just trying to get myself back on steady ground. So he's used Outrage twice. Its PP can't be that much. If I survived it last time, I should survive it again. So that was 3. So I should be okay to try and hit him. Or... No, I gotta hit him. I gotta hit him. The Ice Beam is the only thing that's really gonna take him out. But we have, if we're not doing damage, then we're just wasting time. Hurt yourself. Fire Blast. Huh. Ouch. Kraken, I think it's time. Don't snap out of your confusion. Don't start using Safeguard either, you little coward. Where are you getting all your berries from, mate? Everybody in the Elite Four seems to just be like full up on citrus berries. Okay, can Kendra survive 1 hit from the Outrage? Yes. Yes, Kraken can. Sorry, Kendra, the ghost of Kendra spoke through me just then. I meant Kraken. Oh, that feels good. It's done. We did it. It's done. You don't get to evolve. Stop. And Cookie's fainted, so I don't think Cookie can evolve, but I'm just, oh no, Cookie's gonna evolve for us. Alright guys, I want you to just prepare yourselves for this. This is the final evolution for the Soul Silver run. This is the final episode. This is the final evolution. This is going to be the final Pokemon we make for this run. Are you ready? It's going to be a lot of build-up if it turns into something we've already made. Come on, Cookie, you've been doing so good. Of course it turns into Krabby. Oh, it ends the way it started this episode. Well, you'll all be very pleased to know that that has just collided neatly with one of our evolutionary lines. I'm just checking which one, Because of course it has. Krabby, there we go. Alright, yeah, in like 15 evolutions time, it'll be the same type of loop as Chaos is stuck in. Thanks, Cookie. Cookie tried really hard. But Cookie is just a great illustration of how all roads lead to Crab. So there is our crop of Pokemon from today's episode. They all turned out larger, but also somehow just a smaller collection than we expected. So we have Palkia, Drapion, Cresselia, Starly, and finally Garchomp. And hey, all of the Pokemon from today have been from Gen 4. So that brings us to the end of our Soul Silver run. Now, I did read all of the comments, and I do know that you guys really like this kind of content. So just because I'm choosing to end this run just because it's getting really frustrating, doesn't mean that I'm not going to be starting another run pretty much immediately. I'm kind of planning for it to be either Pokemon Black or Pokemon White, and I think I'm going to focus it specifically on just Gen 5, because then we can keep picking off Gens 2, 3, and 4 in the streams, and there won't be any crossovers or double ups, and Gen 5 is a massive gen. It has 156 Pokemon in it, and we haven't made any of them yet. And so basically it's going to be way more reliable when a Pokemon levels up and evolves. We almost definitely haven't made it for at least a couple of episodes, you know? So that is my plan. For now though, I think it's a really good time to lay this particular run to rest, just because, I mean, you saw today, I've just filmed for the last 7 hours and we still only got 5 evolutions out of it. And you know what? I'm fine with that. For a run that started with Palkia, I'm really fine with just stopping at 5. So, yeah, I hope you really enjoyed this challenge. It's been running for a couple of years. A lot of things have changed over those 2 years, but I've really enjoyed making it and sharing it with you. So, for the last time in Soul Silver, where's my Krabby? I need my Krabby. I mean, I know you're not very big, but why can't I see you at all? So, for the last time in Soul Silver, okay, bye.